Welcome to example number 5 of triangle congruence proofs. Our pattern continues. As we look at a proof problem, the very first thing is to read through the given and draw out the symbols on the picture. So that's where I'm going to start. Given number 1, side MA is congruent to side HV. Side MA is this full length, and side HV is this full length, and these two are congruent to each other. My second set says side MV is congruent to side HA, and those two are pretty easy to see. Side MV here on the left, side HA here on the right. So two sets of congruent sides. It is our goal to prove that the triangles are congruent to each other. All right, jump down into the proof now. Statement 1, side MV is congruent to side HA is listed in the given. Side MV is given to us as congruent to HA. We're asked for the second given piece of information, so it would have to be side MA is congruent to side HV. All right. Lastly, or step 3, I should say, says side VA is congruent to side AV. It's congruent to itself. Side VA is congruent to itself. So I'm just going to put one set of markings. Okay. Anytime you say that a single item, like a side or an angle, when you say it's congruent to itself, you're using the reflexive property. I'm going to show that, show our list here again. The reflexive property comes to us from Algebra 1. Here's all of our Algebra 1 properties from when we started studying properties in Algebra 1. The reflexive property simply says that any object can be congruent to itself. So that's what we're using here, reflexive property of congruence. Not equality, that's a congruent sign right there. All right, so let's take a look at what we have now. Through these 3 items, 2 sides congruent, 2 sides congruent, 2 sides congruent, sides, sides, sides. Okay, take a look at our picture. Triangle VAM in yellow is now congruent to this triangle AVH. Well, look, right here is that overlapping side, VA and AV. That's the overlap. That's the reflexive part. It's a shared side. It's part of both triangles. So we have, in the yellow triangle, 3 sides congruent. In the orange triangle, 3 sides congruent. These 2 triangles are congruent by SSS. The next example will be, the next video will have example number 6.